Video. I must say it. It's 6:46 a.m. And then again it's 6/11/2025/13. Spirit asked me to say this. Um, it's put there for me to say that I have been led. We all have. It's just not only me, because I know a lot of people got things to say. I'm just telling you my experience and what I'm doing, what's being given to me. So what's given to me is this. For a while, like years, I've been watching. We go to different places, we experience listening to different things. And even the ones that has been around for years, they're still revisited, and you still hear them, and you still see and you hear the ones that's not so old. They just come because I haven't been making no videos as long as some people. Like I said, I always say I'm Sally come lately. But for some reason, no matter what they say, no matter how they say it, they always talk about read this book, get this book, this one wrote this book. And the old stuff, you're not going to find those books, so they're not here anymore anyway. They done got rid of those metaphysical places. But they always would say the old stuff, the old people that used to be here, they were speaking. The things that they did say, it comes to myself naturally. So I do know that what they say from old school, I already have it, but it didn't come from books. I just got it naturally. Now, so the natural stuff that is inside you, that you just get up and you do it. Like I said, Delbert Blair he's Dr. Delbert Blair. Let me give him his whole title. He says that you would just do shit and it would be natural. You don't know how, but you would just do it because the spirit of the mother is moving you. So it's in you because it's in your it's inner, it's inner self. It's not out. But so we're gonna leave that there, and I need to say this. I need to say this now. The people, you see them talking to you, and they would say something to you, but you know what they're saying. It's not. It's not all there. They say they're not a Christian, and they swear up and down. These are the ones I'm telling y'all. Most of these people that say them, these people that I'm led to see, as soon as they start to talk to you, you'll hear something. You say, okay, I can go with that. That's right. But then when they get to saying something else, your spirit and your soul be kicking in, and it says, that's not right. There we go. You claim that you're not a Christian. You claim that the Ruach is with you, and then you say something about mother, but yet still in all. When they start with that father, I'm telling you, that's when the shit goes haywire. It goes somewhere else. It takes you right from your mother. It does that because as soon as they start saying that, they would say the darkness. They would start talking about the darkness, and they would say how it was witchcraft, and they would go right back to that. And as soon as they start to talk about this Ruach, they didn't even say Ruach Kadeshi because she's in that word. She's being left out. These are the people who they will say something to you, but then when they start to steer you from your mother, because that's what that father was all about, was to keep you from the powers of your mother. I'm telling you, every time she lets me see this woman and these other people, these men, and as soon as they start to say something, just as soon as they say that, you know for a fact, you ain't even got to second guess that shit. Is something wrong because your spirit and your soul know. Oh, hell no. They running me from my mama again. They start to talk about the darkness and dwelling in the darkness and the father this, but they will mention the mother, but they mention her, but they got you running from her at the same time. We'll just throw that in there. But we're going to make her ass and his ass run away from her. And we're going to tell her this. And we're going to stick right there with that father. So while they talking about mother, they're speaking about this father. And they got you throwing your mother in the trash once again. It's a fucking scheme and a plot and a pawn that they have been doing for a long time. They would talk about the light, the light, the light. And they'll leave you in that light on that one side of your head and you leaning to the side. So you unbalanced again because of them, because they messing your head up. Got you still leaning on that side. And then as soon as they start to talking, and then they start with that father shit. And then they'll throw your mother in the trash. But they got her in there, sort of, kind of. So they kind of telling you a little bit about her, but they're not telling you the whole picture about the powers and how you were supposed to accept her, love her, embrace her, and bring her to you so that you can glow and that you can have both sides balanced together to make yourself stand up. But nah, they still talking about the darkness is bad and the darkness this and the father this and the father is this and he's this and he's that. They fucking you up just like that. I got to tell you what they doing. And I continue to hear her. And she continues to talk. But yet still in all, she's talking about the mother. And she's talking about the Ruach. And she's talking about the Holy Spirit. But yet still in all, she's saying the Father. But she's saying both. But she got you fucked up in your mind. And she's running you from your mama. Talking about the darkness is bad. Mother is darkness. Mother is power. That is your power being taken away from you. And you being dragged the other way. Even though they're mentioning her, that's what they do. They throw it in there. Just a sprinkle of her. Just throw in a little sprinkle. That's it. Just throw it in there. Then they drag you away from her and tell you to sit your ass down and don't dwell with your mother. That's the scheme that they do. Now, I was meant to tell you that shit. So when you listen to these people and they drag your ass and say, that's witchcraft, that's this, that's that. That's not what that is. Wasn't meant to use that way, the way they using it. If you were sick, I was supposed to use that to heal you. We were supposed to do beautiful things with that magic. But they got their hands on it. And they fucked it up. So it was another thing. That same Romans 13, what I was telling you about, let all the souls be subject to the higher powers, and we know the higher powers are mother, but there was something else in there that she just brought to my attention. It said, be not afraid. If you're afraid of it, it's damnation. And it was basically saying that if you don't use it the way it's supposed to be, that's when you become afraid of it. That's in there. She wanted you to see that. If you go pick up and read Romans 13, it says, be not afraid. If you use it the wrong way, then you would be afraid of it. And that's the way it's been used, the wrong way, to hurt and harm people, to just do stupid shit, and was not meant to be used like that. So that damn church and them raggedy ass damn folks with they lies about that same damn mother that you gonna need, because you cannot live without her. You just can't do it. It ain't gonna be done. You can drag your ass to the Father all the hell you want to, and you gonna mess around and you gonna find out, you gonna get your damn feelings hurt, because you are not gonna have that strength and that protection and that love from that mother. That's her magic. That shit belongs to her. It don't belong to him. He ain't got no damn power. That's her shit. It's mother's time. Everything else had been everything else had been lifted up, hadn't it? Like I said, everybody was always talking about this father. They always talked about this son. What about the mother and the daughter? What about them? And daughters, what about them? What about the other side of things? You got one side, what about the other side? That's your balance. That's your even tone. Oh, that's both sides of your brain. Yes, it is. But hey, ain't no music gonna be after this because I gotta go. But I just want you to know, just sitting here, and she said, say this. I ain't write this, just came out. The first thing that I did was to tell you the first thing about the dream. But anyway, and then the cat stepped on the daggone thing and messed it up, but I didn't want to do it over. So it would have taken away from the first energy. So I left it there. But anyway, so I was supposed to tell you that. And and that's it. That's it.